Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Rob here for Southwest Florida Television. Mostly cloudy skies this morning, but still beautiful. We're at the beach together. That's all that matters in my book. Getting some beach time. 76 degrees. Gonna get up to about, 87, 88 today. Water temperature 85 degrees. We're real close to high tide here. Wish you were out here with me. Hit that share button. Yeah, that was a couple sets of sea turtle tracks that you saw at the beginning of this video. I'll show you that in a minute. A pelican coming by us here. I love watching our pelicans. A little snowy egret flying by. Wow. When I first got out on the beach, it was still pretty dark. I couldn't get any video of it, but I saw two dolphins swimming down to the south. One came really close, came into maybe 10 feet offshore. Then by the time it got up to me, it was about 20 feet offshore out here. And the other one, about 100 yards offshore. Always fun seeing our dolphins. Isn't that water beautiful? Aren't these colors beautiful? Even cloudy mornings are beautiful. You can see, I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of color this morning. These clouds are blocking the sun from firing things up. Hit that share button, let everybody know you found me. It's around 6:45. I try to start between 6:30 and 6:45. Let's check out these turtle tracks. I'm not sure if these are going to be good ones or not. Well, this is one crawl here. These tracks, this is where she came out of the water. We'll check that out up there. We came back to the water here. Then these other tracks over here. This is where she came out of the water. She went way up the beach. You can see up to the dunes there, into the dunes, under the rope. She stopped right at the edge of the sand berm. This is her crawl tracks back to the water here. But I've looked at these earlier this morning and I don't know. I don't know if it was the same turtle making two attempts, and I can't tell. There's some, it looks like she did some digging. If Mark is working, he's the expert. He'll find that egg chamber there in just a matter of seconds. He's so fast at finding these nests. If it's a good one, he'll look at that and determine just by looking at it if it's a good one. And this one here, I can't really tell either. Look how dark the sand is up here where she was digging around. We've had quite a lot of rain. That's why that sand is so dark. If there's a nest, it's going to be back in there somewhere. But she decided not to climb over the sand berm, thankfully. So that's a good sign. I was hoping the rangers would be out here by now. Checking. So I believe there's 57 nests. Not counting if there's any new ones there. As of now, 57 confirmed nests. Not 100% sure that. I heard that number from some friends that were walking up the beach earlier here. They keep a pretty good eye on what's happening. So that was at the very north end of Area 1. Coming up to parking lot number 2 over here, you can see the little porta potties sticking up there by the entrance to parking lot 2. That's all they have for facilities, porta potties. That is it. There's nothing here in the park other than this beautiful beach and 4 parking lots. No grills, no picnic tables, no benches, no concessions. Just a beautiful beach to walk on. Make the best of it. Take good care of it. Remember to fill in your holes and knock down your sandcastles and pick up your trash before you go home. So weather permitting, this evening, we're going to head out for sunset with Boat Naples. Our Thursday evening Southwest Florida television cruise is being pushed ahead one day to Wednesday evening because of the inclement weather that's apparently going to be heading our way and might put the damper on the 4th of July. Could have a tropical system developing next week out in the Atlantic up in northern Florida. See what happens, but we're going to feel the effects of it down here. Not as bad as it's going to be up in northern Florida. They're going to have a horrible 4th of July weekend up in northern Florida. Can't win them all. But anyway, if I do head out, I'll get a live feed going for a little while. That'll probably start sometime between 7:30, 7:45. I think sunset this evening's at 8:23. High tide up at Wiggins Pass, just to the north here, at the north end of the beach here is, what is it, 7:18 this morning? That water looks great. Big patch of seaweed in it. Oh, right out here in front of me. Oops, some seagulls going by. That water's kind of got that teal color going this morning. Sometimes it's blue as blue can be when we just have a clear blue sky. When we've got rain clouds, it's like a super teal color when we've got a lot of gray skies. This morning it's a mix of blue and gray, so it's more on the teal side than that dark emerald green. That's so beautiful. Lots of little shells piled up along the beach here. Been seeing some nice little piles for you shellers. That nice little beautiful. Is that a nice one? Little Florida fighting conch, the little one. I love the little fighting conchs. This one has a little chip in it. The edge is a little chipped up. But there could be some good shelling here. Remember, that tide will be heading out here shortly. If you want to get out here early and be the first one rooting through the pile, the early bird catches the worm, so they say. Not that I'm looking for worms. Maybe a nice worm shell. There's a nice little olive shell over here. Ooh, that's a beauty. That's a beauty. That's a nice little olive shell there. Nobody in there. Nope. Nobody home. That's a keeper. Look at the colors on this little scallop. Wow. There's a tip. This is the tip of a worm shell. These things get really long. A wormy tip. Well, there's still lots of beach to walk on here, so I want to keep moving. Little cockle. A little cockle shell. I see a moon shell. I'm glad I took a few steps backwards. Nice little moon. Beautiful little moon shell, shark's eye. That's a keeper. I'm glad I took a couple steps back. The more you look, the more you're going to find. That's a good one. That's a keeper. Shark eye. Man, there's a lot of little treasures buried in here. A little lightning whelk. How cool is that? All the little babies in here. Yeah. Let's keep on walking up the beach. There'll be another big pile up here, I'm sure. See if we have any more sea turtle crawls. Come on, dolphins. Where's our dolphins at? Our manatees, our dolphins. Our rangers are down there checking those crawls out. Well, they're getting down on their knees. I don't know. Getting back down. They're checking the one out now that was closer to the water. See if I can make a little more for you. You can see him down there. That'd be awesome if we had two nests there. If both those crawls were good, that would be fantastic. I don't know what the scoop is at Vanderbilt Beach there with the emergency renourishment there. Be nice if they finished up today, beat the storm, and got out of here for the holiday weekend, even though it's going to be soggy. You can't quite see the Turtle Club from here. You can, but you can't make it out. You can actually see all the way down to Clam Pass from here. Park Shore. The birds flying around. That's a cool view, huh? Makes everything look so small, such a short walk. Those people you see walking, they're way down on Vanderbilt Beach. You can really see the birds, though. right, let's keep moving on. Keep on walking. Back to reality. Hit that share button if you haven't done so already. Let's get some more people on here. Thanks for the stars there, Daryl. I appreciate that. If anybody else wants to send some stars, that would be awesome. I get a penny for each star that you send. Just happened to be looking at the screen, Daryl, when you did that. That was awesome. Tips are hugely appreciated. Remember that, my friends. If you enjoy my morning beach walks and the other things that I share, photos and videos, I couldn't be doing this if it wasn't for your kind-heartedness, your generosity. The Facebook stars and tips. Tips, no fees. Facebook stars, Facebook gets a cut of that action. Tips go right to me. You can find a link to my PayPal account and my Venmo account if you'd like to send a little thank you every now and then. I do appreciate it. But of course, I appreciate you just hanging out with me, hitting that share button. 7 o'clock, I hear the church bells ringing in the distance at St. John's. I don't know what this is about. I don't know if this is a leatherback nest, why they cordoned off such a big area of beach. I keep forgetting to ask the rangers. This is like the size of what a leatherback nest would be like. We have one down on Vanderbilt Beach, so where there's one, there's got to be another one. They don't travel alone, but this would be nest number 22. That'd be something. Those things are humongous, the leatherback sea turtles. Normally we have loggerheads, loggerhead sea turtles, and then some greens every now and then, green sea turtles. I think I saw a Sanibel, maybe. He had a hawksbill. I don't think I ever saw a hawksbill nest here. But it's not out of the question. Zigging and zagging around the nests. I'm not seeing anything else up ahead of me. Look at those clouds up there. Isn't that beautiful? Aren't those skies gorgeous? We are so blessed with our skyscapes here. Even on cloudy days. I mean, that's what makes them really interesting. That's a big thunderstorm coming up. I don't know if we're gonna, there's only a 20% chance of showers here this morning. We'll see what happens. But that's a good sized storm. Probably down by Marco, believe it or not. I don't know. It's definitely a ways away. But we're going to keep an eye on it just in case. Be careful what you wish for, Daryl. We were wishing for rain a month ago. Now we're getting our rain. Still not seeing anything that looks like turtle tracks up here. We're spending a lot of time down on those two that we saw at the beginning of the video. So hopefully there's at least one nest down there. That dolphin, did you see it when it was next to you? It must have been 5 feet away from you. Yep. Right next to it, it came right up here. I'm like, oh my gosh, you were looking this way. Yeah.
When the big snook or redfish jump out of the water.
Oh yeah, when they're getting chased.
3 or 4 dogs.
Yeah. Have a good one. They were walking up the beach. Remember I told you I saw a couple dolphins earlier when I first got out here. They were up ahead of me, and I was just looking up by them, and the dolphin came out of the water. I mean, it wasn't, if it was 10 feet away from them, it was so close. And they were both looking the other direction. I go, hey, there's a dolphin next to you. By the time they turned, it was headed towards me. God, I tried to get some video of it. It was just too darn dark. Too dark to get it. Are you lost? What are you doing up here? Just cruising, checking? Oh, I thought you had something bizarre. I thought you had something bizarre to show me that you found. Not yet.
That was the other day. We got 5 crab pots out of it.
Crab pots from the storm washing them?
Yeah. They were buried. Janice, Margaret saw them, asked me what they were, and I said, I think they're crab pots. Well, you go get them. She said, I'm not doing that. You go get them. So I got my shoes on. Janice came up, and I said, walk out there and look at it. She said, I got my shoes on.
Nice.
Come on. So she went. And I said, all right.
What do you guys do with them? Do you hold on to them, or do you?
No, I took them back to the...
Because if you can see the numbers, you know, they can track them.
I got a number. I'm going to send it to Cody and see. There's only one of them had a number. Rusted stuff. So. Like I said, the first turtle nest.
Hatch, I heard that. That was awesome. That is so cool. You are such a comedian. They better be there when I get back down there. Hey, go of what?
I put a bottle of water in my flip-flops and they're gone.
Hey, James was thirsty and he needed some flip-flops.
I only take one.
All right, buddy. Yeah. If you want to volunteer, like James, help us keep this park clean. He spends a lot of time. He spends his mornings out here just picking up trash from all the pigs that they leave behind. Get in touch with Friends of Delnor-Wiggins Pass State Park. Friends of Delnor-Wiggins Pass State Park. And they will get you all set up and you can be an official volunteer. That gets you special access to this beautiful beach. Just call them up. Call Friends of Delnor-Wiggins Pass State Park. It'll keep you out of trouble in the mornings. This holiday, ooh, I think I see another crawl up to the dunes, up to the berm. We'd love to have you in the Delnor-Wiggins family. So yeah, nest number 1 hatched the other day. Our first hatching, our first emerging. How cool is that, huh? It is too cool. Well, that was a nest from yesterday that I'm seeing. But I do see, it looks like some tracks up ahead of me. Now I get closer here and everything starts spreading out. When you see it from a distance, it looks like it's stacked on top of each other, like that view down to the south this one. Let's see, that's nest 55 over here. So that's definitely a fresh one from yesterday. So our friends were right when they said 57. 55 right there. And I'm thinking we got for sure 1 or 2 down there where we were looking earlier. Keep our fingers crossed. This is the south end of parking lot number 4. If you look close, you can see the turtle tracks up ahead of me. Not looking promising. Definitely a U-turn. Definitely a U-turner. Look where she hit some soft sand here. Some of these big loggerheads can weigh, over 300 pounds, between 300 and 400 pounds, the big old mamas. But she was kicking up a lot of sand. This is where she came out of the water here. And she had the right idea. She came all the way up to the dunes, but she just came up, went under the rope, hit the sand berm, did a Yui. She thought about it, doing a little digging right there, it looks like. I don't know. Normally they don't head off the other direction after they dig a nest. They turn around, go back to the water. They're pooped. It's a lot of work. It's exhausting for those girls. If you look at that video of that loggerhead that I recorded, just the tail end of her laying her eggs, actually covering up her eggs. You can see how tired she is. You can just see the look in her eyes when you look at her, how tired and exhausted she was from all that work. You gals that have had babies, you know what it's like. I love this beach. Makes no difference to me that the whole park isn't opened. I mean, the beach was the jewel, was the highlight of this park, but it was nice walking back along the boardwalks and along the trail, the nature trail in the park. Hopefully someday we'll have that all back. And I'm just thankful that we have this mile-long beach to walk on. Just wish you were here walking with me. Couple little oil turns, crested turns up here on the beach. Oh, I just took off. Sun just starting to come up over the treetops now. Seagulls on the beach. I haven't come up on another big pile of shells yet. I glance down every once in a while. I'm happy I got a little moon shell this morning. Those are one of my favorites, the moon shells, the shark eyes, the murex. I found a big murex shell here 3 weeks ago. It could use some cleaning up, but it was a good size. It had a hole in it, but it was a good size murex for this beach. Look like an old apple murex. Every once in a while you find a big one. Everybody's looking for the big ones and they're missing all the beautiful little ones. And I guarantee you there's something in there that you'd want to take home with you. There's a big slipper shell. The slipper, why do they call it a slipper? Why would they call that a slipper shell? Well, there you go. Looks like a slipper when you flip it over. The slipper shell. They change sexes. They go from male to female, back and forth. They're confused. That's a nice size one, actually. In the pocket, I guess it goes. Is that a little coquina? Did I just see a little coquina opened up? See if I can pick it up without breaking it. One of our little coquinas. These come in all colors. Red, yellow, pink, purple, green, blue, white, orange. Beautiful, the little coquinas. That's not going in the pocket. I would never make it home. But it's fun to share with you. Oh, another wormy tip. I'm going to start picking the wormy tips up. I used to have a big pickle jar full of these things and I gave it away. That's a nice size one. Just the very end of the worm shell. Very, very common shells, these cockle shells. This is a tiny one, but you can find some 4 inches across. That's a little cockle shell. Murex, broken murex, piece of a murex down here. Piece of an apple murex. I'd be happy finding a nice murex this morning too. A nice big lace murex, those are cool. The white ones, they have those kind of spikes on them. Hello, Mr. Seagull. Coming up to Area 5, the old crooked palm tree up there. Some morning, I know some morning we're going to come out here, it's going to be laying on the ground. Eventually it's going to happen. Well, my back has been killing me lately. I don't know what's up with that. Getting old. This getting old stuff is for the birds. That's a fun view of the beach with the palm trees. You can't tell the crooked palm trees, it's all crooked from here. Surprised there's no bird's nest up on top of it. It is kind of curious, getting ready, like I said, eventually it's going to topple over. I think the birds know that. Do I see more tracks up here? No. Maybe an old crawl. Or maybe just footprints. Or tire tracks. Back behind that little berm there lies what's left of the parking lot in Area 5. Nothing but sand. Where's Nest 57? Those tracks should be easy to spot. Missed 56 and 57. We should have walked by them. It was 57. Well, I think I see a new one up here. Beverly, good morning. James, good morning. Janet, good morning. Well, there was a couple weeks where there was just tons of shells right up in here. Now they've all got pulled back into the water. Or somebody took them all. Beautiful walk this morning. Beautiful walk. Would you agree, Beverly? Would you agree with me? It is a beautiful morning here in paradise. Our calm before the storm. There's a nest up on the top of this, the end of this sand berm up on top of it here. I don't remember seeing that one before. That was kind of a strange place for her to nest. What the heck is that all about? Get them up high. Get them up high on the beach. So she has the right idea. Put that berm to good use. That's 53. Boy, that thunderstorm is brewing down there. Those clouds are really getting big. Really getting big down there. Pelican heading south. Diving in the water there. That cloud there is a monster. Where's that pelican? Where'd that pelican go? Boom, diving in the water. Just perfect timing. Thanks, Pelican Pete. Look at that cloud. That thing towers up into the skies. Look at that. I'm sure that's a thunderhead. I'm sure there's some lightning in that baby. Pelican still flying down the beach there. We're almost up to the pass. I think that pelican turned around, see if it makes it up here. If it dives in the water, it's headed back towards me. Boom, it dove in the water. Darn it. I love when they zip by me. You know, it's diving in the water. It's taking its sweet time coming down here. It stops, sees a fish, dives in. I was hoping it'd dive in right in front of me here, but it's taking its sweet time getting down here. Here it comes again. Nope, no dive. Did touch the water though. Boom, dove in up there. Sometimes we get lucky and they dive in right in front of us. Hey Rose, good morning. We're getting to the end of our walk here, coming up the Wiggins Pass. We probably walked, good 3/4 of the beach here this morning. Taking my sweet time doing it. Remember, sunset cruise with Boat Naples this evening. Weather permitting. Live feed from that cruise will be starting sometime between 7:30 and 7:45. Hopefully the weather will hold out. We moved our Thursday cruise to Wednesday. Love to have you on one of our sunset cruises with Boat Naples. You got to call them. Visit boatnaples.com. Ask them about our Southwest Florida television sunset cruise. Special pricing. boatnaples.com. Every Thursday evening. And then Saturday mornings we do a nature cruise. Ask them about that. The Southwest Florida television Thursday evening sunset cruise and Saturday morning nature cruise. Love to see you on both of them. Naples.com. Ooh, there's a bunch of shells. Look at that. Ooh, there's a nice pile. And that's a nice pile for somebody to be digging in. That somebody should be you, by the way. Another little worm tip for my wormy tip collection. There's the pass. Ta-da, we made it up to Wiggins Pass this morning. Awesome. If you happen to send some stars this morning, You remember, I couldn't be out here walking if it wasn't for your generosity, my friends. Tips and Facebook stars. Tips can be sent to either my PayPal or Venmo account. You can find a link to that in the description of this post. It's crunch time, bills are all due, so those tips are very much appreciated, more than ever, over the next couple of days here. Not trying to get rich, just trying to survive and continue my beach walks. There's 1, 2, 3 fishermen up. Oh, they're going to trouble. They got their boat up on the beach here. Can't read their signs all around. I might get some blue sky here in a minute. Might get into a little clearing up ahead. Those clouds thin out. Oh, we lucked out. We didn't get rained on. That's a good thing. Boy, more shells down here. Holy cow. A nice line of shells here. Donny, donny, donny. Donny, donny, donny. Shells, shells, shells. Donny'd be loving this. Got turkey wing down here. An old turkey wing shell. It's got some barnacles on it. You know you're old when you get barnacles on yourself. When the barnacles start attaching to you, you know you're old. Oh, a little sand dollar. This one might still be alive. This is a live sand dollar. I'm going to put it back in the water. You can see all of its little feet. See how brown it is? This is a live one. I'm going to stick this back in the water. Hopefully it's still alive. Feels a little on the dry side. One of our beautiful little sand dollars. See if I can get a little more light on it. I don't know what that is on it. Something growing on it, crawling on it. That's a live sand dollar. We do not take these home. The underside of it. I'm just going to kind of sit that out in the water. Hopefully it'll be all right. Get past the ridge line here. Just set it back down on the bottom. It doesn't feel like it's moving though. I think that one has expired. Boat heading in there. They've been out here all morning. Look, catching bait with their cast net. All right, I got to get rolling along. It's been fun. Always awesome hanging out at the beach in the mornings with you. Oh, remember I said those cockle shells get much bigger than the one I showed you. Here's a little bigger one down here. They get bigger, but that's a good size cockle shell right there. But they do get bigger. All right, Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for being a friend. Tell your friends about Southwest Florida Television. Again, hit that share button if you haven't done so already. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay strong. Tally-ho, my friends, tally-ho. For Southwest Florida Television, I'm Rob Stan. May God bless you, your family, your friends, your fur babies, everything and everyone in your lives. And God bless our wonderful, beautiful, and amazing country, the place that I so proudly call my home. God bless America, one nation under God. Keep her in your prayers. She needs them. Tally-ho. Tally-ho.